Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back. It's Travis here with JT Wealth. And in today's video, we're going to talk about 6 monthly paying dividend stocks you can invest in now and for the long haul. They're going to help you create monthly cash flow that will allow you to pay some or all of your bills on your path to financial independence. Your monthly cash flow is only limited by how much you're willing to invest and for how long you're willing to keep it invested. So let's get into it. Alright, like I said, thank you so much for being with us today. I appreciate everybody checking out the video. Hopefully you find something of value in it. And if you do, give us a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel as well. So like I said, we're going to talk about 6 monthly paying dividend stocks to create monthly paying cash flow to help you pay your bills. Now, I'm not just going to give you a list of 6 dividend stocks that pay monthly. First, I'm going to show you how I chose the stocks that I decided upon. And then as we go through the stocks, I'm going to show you exactly how to come up with some of the metrics that I utilize myself. Then at about the halfway point through these 6 stocks, I'm going to break down exactly how to determine how much you need to invest into your dividend portfolio to create the cash flow that you need for whatever your goal may be. So if you know how much you need monthly, then we can go from there. But before we dive right into today's video, as always, if you're a fan of dividend videos, consider checking out the dividend series that we have here on the channel. And if you're looking for a new dividend brokerage account, say you're just starting off in this game and you want to apply some of the lessons you've learned in this video or in the dividend series that we have, check out M1 Finance. That's our favorite for dividends because it's super simple. Set it and forget it. You can just kind of automate everything and you don't have to worry about it anymore. So check that out in the link in the description section down below and you can get $30 free just for signing up. Okay, so what do we look for when we start picking dividend stocks? And like I said, these are only monthly paying stocks. So I'm going to show you guys the metrics I use to come up with the 6 stocks I picked today. So how do you choose strong dividend stocks? Well, the first thing I do is I look for a strong dividend yield. Now, the second rule is super important. A strong dividend yield is not the highest dividend yield. That is a trick a lot of people can get caught up in. You don't want to do that because the likelihood is that those really high paying dividend stocks can oftentimes have a depreciating asset quality to them, meaning that year over year, that stock is actually losing value and it's going to negate the positive effects of those dividends. Now, number 3, you want to look for consistent payouts. Companies that have been paying out dividends year over year for a while, something that makes you feel comfortable that they're capable of continuing that payment. Now, the last thing, number 4, stock appreciation. I always look for a 5-year total return percentage. I want to know that the stock is making money as well so that I can have kind of a duality of purpose. I'm getting a dividend, but I'm also getting capital gains in the event I were to unload the shares, right? So I look at the 5-year total return percentage and I hope that that is at least 5 times the actual dividend amount. And I'll show you guys what I mean by that here shortly. Okay, so let's get right into the very first stock we're looking at today for our 6 monthly paying dividend stocks. And the first stock on our list today is ticker HRZN, Hrzn Technology Finance Corporation. They were trading earlier today at about $17.46 and have a forward dividend yield of 6.86%. Now, Hrzn is a business development company or corporation, which means that they provide income to small and mid-cap startup businesses to help them along the path to success. Meaning they have a large debt portfolio from which they're collecting interest from all the companies that they're lending to. The average yield on that debt portfolio is super important for a company like this because this is what they're utilizing to pay off your dividend. So you want to look at a BDC's or a business development company's average debt portfolio yield and make sure it's notably higher or at least high enough to continue paying out those dividends. In this company's instance, their average yield on their debt portfolio is 14.6%. So this allows them to easily make those dividend payments. And more importantly, our final category of most important things you're looking for, right? 16% annualized rate over the last 5 years for appreciation of this stock. And I think we all know S&P is kind of pegged at that 10% rate. So they're beating the S&P 500 by 6% and getting dividends. Okay, so we know the annualized return, but how do we come up with the 5-year total return for each of these companies? Well, let's show you with Hrzn. Alright, so check it out guys. What we did here is we went onto Yahoo Finance and pulled up Hrzn Technology by ticker HRZN. Then we go to historical data. Okay, once you've selected that, you want to go down to your time period and select 5 years. Then go over to frequency and select monthly because it's a monthly paying stock, and then hit the apply button. Now what you want to look for is the adjusted close number, because this allows you to see what the adjusted close is based on the price of the stock plus its dividend as well. You want to scroll all the way down to the bottom of the list and get the adjusted close price at the bottom. In this instance, it's $8.23. That gives you the price 5 years ago. Then you take today's price, $17.42, divide it by $8.23. That gives you 2.12. Now you have to subtract a 1, that's just simple math, don't worry about that. And that gives you 1.12, or in this instance, 112% increase on the share price in the last 5 years as adjusted for dividends. So now that you know how to go about getting all of the information you need, let's get right back into the second stock on today's list. And that stock is Prospect Capital Corporation, ticker PSEC, trading at about $8.96 today. They have a forward dividend yield of 8.16%. Like Hrzn, PSEC is another business development corporation. They've been paying out dividends consistently for 16 years and have a 9.9% dividend yield on their debt portfolio, which is almost 2% higher than their dividend yield. So they're in a very comfortable place to continue making those dividend payments. Their 5-year annualized return is 13.3%. So another fantastic stock that's seeing price appreciation and a strong dividend with a great 5-year return. Now, our third stock today is Aberdeen Income Credit Strategies Fund, ticker ACP. Trading at around $11.34 today, they have a forward dividend yield of 10.61%. They have a 12.6% annualized return over the last 5 years, but they're not a business development company, so you don't need to go looking for the yield on their debt portfolio. Okay, and that puts us at the halfway point of our 6 stocks, which is when I told you guys I would show you exactly how to determine how much money you need to be investing into your dividend portfolio to come up with the cash flow you need. Of course, how much cash flow you need is different for everybody. It depends on if you're trying to pay your car bill, your rent, all your bills, or retire early, right? So let's look at exactly how you can come up with your specific number and know exactly how much you need to invest. Okay, so I titled it, How Much Do You Need to Invest to Stop Working? Because that, of course, is my goal. I want my cash flow eventually to pay for my lifestyle so that I can enjoy myself and leave the 9-to-5 behind. So how much cash flow do you need monthly? That's the first thing you have to determine. It's lifestyle based. It's based on your bills. Whatever your personal goals are right now, come up with that number. Now, once you know that number and how much it is monthly, you have to multiply that by 12 to come up with the amount you need annually. So for example, if you can live off $2,000 a month, you need $24,000 a year. I recognize this is just an example and not going to work for everybody. Nobody's going to retire on $24,000 a year, right? Okay, but what you do is you divide the annual amount by your portfolio's annual dividend yield. So we'll use this example of $24,000 a year and 9.7% for this example for an annual dividend yield. It fits with roughly the 6 stocks that we've chosen today. So if you do that, you end up with $247,422. Now, if you're doing the math and follow along, yes, we did have to move the decimal point 2 places to get there. That's, again, just simple math stuff, right? But this is exactly how you would determine how much you need. And obviously, maybe $2,000 is a small amount of money to have monthly, but it's not inconsequential. For example, I don't pay $2,000 a month in rent. I live in the Midwest, so maybe that's a bad example, but $2,000 a month for me can go a really long way. Now, I'm not going to take it and move to California or New York, but $2,000 in a lot of places in the US can be stretched to give you a lot, right? So utilizing this can increase your quality of life and speed up your time frame towards financial independence. For example, we said earlier the S&P's annual rate is estimated to be about 10%, right? So we'll utilize that modest rate of 10%. If you're investing $500 a month with a 10% return, it would take you about 15 years to get to this amount of money. So in 15 years investing as such, you would have a $250,000 portfolio giving you $2,000 of cash flow a month from your dividends that would never depreciate the total value of your account. In another dividend video I did, we were using $1,000 a month to really speed up financial independence, right? So if you utilize that $1,000 at the same 10% return, you are now creating a $2,000 a month cash flow for yourself in less than 10 years. All right, let's get back into the last three stocks. Number 4 on our list is a one I've discussed in the past, and that's QYLD. So Global X NASDAQ 100 Covered Call ETF, or the QYLD. This is a stock we've discussed in the past as being a monthly payer. It's at $22.28 today and provides an 11.99% dividend yield. Now, when you're determining which investments you're going to make and you're looking for monthly payers, you have to remember there's only 53 of them, guys, but there's hundreds of these ETFs out there that can provide the same monthly payouts. So you do have a lot of options out there other than specific stocks. And with ETFs, you're really helping diversify your portfolio and mitigate any risk you might have, which would be much higher, right, with a single stock than a whole ETF with a series of stocks inside it. So in the last year, QYLD has returned 32%. And they have paid consistent dividends for at least the last 6 years. But this is a fairly newer ETF, so there's not a whole lot of data to pull from. Number 5 on our list is ticker symbol DX, or Dynex Capital, and they're trading at $19.29 today with a forward dividend and yield of 8.08%. This company specifically is actually a mortgage REIT, which Julie and I have talked about quite a bit in the past. We're a big fan of some of these because they definitely have to return a lot of their income to the shareholders via the dividends. Number 6 on our list for today is High Income Securities Fund, or PCF. This is trading at $9.68 a share and has a dividend yield of 9.7%. So this investment fund holds BDCs, SPACs, and other sorts of investment opportunities to help bring revenue to the company. They've also seen 10% annual return over the last 5 years. So those are our 6 monthly paying stocks, guys, and if you've noticed, all of them are at least matching but mostly beating the S&P 500 in share appreciation over the last 5 years, while also continuously paying out dividends. So let me know what you think about these 6 companies in the comment section down below. Do you currently hold any of them? Are you considering creating a portfolio that's a dividend focused account? Let me know what your thoughts are. If you liked the video, please give us a big thumbs up. Remember to subscribe to the channel, and thank you so much for checking out the video. We really appreciate it. Until next time, bottoms up.